Section 21. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Then, we see her chilling in a bucket of salt water. Being a mermaid, she swims in the ocean every day. Baths? Never heard of them, he quickly explained. Taking a bath is like going to the ocean to clean yourself. Go to the ocean? Sai perked up. Hey, can I come with you, bro? I'll wash up with you. Sai didn't mean anything by it. She grew up in the sea, so hanging out in the water was totally normal. She just wanted to show Lu Yun around her turf for a bit. Lu Yun was totally reading into it, thinking, isn't it weird for a guy and a girl who aren't dating to bathe together? That he hesitated. Is that really a good idea? Sai was surprised he was making such a big deal out of it. For mermaids, it's just everyday life. Instead, she asked, what's the big deal? Take me with you. I'm sick of this bucket and just want to stretch my fins in the sea. Seeing how persistent she was, Lu Yun couldn't say no. He carefully lifted her from the bucket and headed for the beach. Lu Yun scooped up Sai, giving her the princess carry. He wrapped his arms around her waist and supported her tail with one hand. Lu Yun didn't think much of it, since it wasn't the first time he'd held her, but it was the first time Sai had been held like this by Lu Yun while awake. Being held like that, she could feel his strong heartbeat, for some reason. She suddenly felt flustered, her heart pounding like crazy. It was a totally new experience for her. Her mind raced. Why does Lu Yun always make me so nervous? This has never happened before. He isn't even doing anything, so why the panic? That she's still too young to understand what love is. Lu Yun stepped off the turtle's back with the little mermaid in his arms, then set her down in the sea. The ocean is her natural habitat. Instantly, she was swimming all over the place, having a blast. Lu Yun was blown away by her speed in the water. She was lightning fast. Guess that's what you get when your lower body is a fish. Lu Yun could only hang back in the shallows, watching her swim further and further out into the deeper water. Even if Lu Yun was a strong swimmer, he couldn't keep up with her. Out in the deep water, Sai grinned and called to Lu Yun, come on, bro. The ocean's huge, why are you stuck on the shore? Lu Yun just rolled his eyes helplessly. You're a mermaid, a creature of the sea. You can swim anywhere. I'm a human. I don't have those skills. Sai called to Lu Yun for a while, but he didn't swim out, so she zipped back to shore and dragged Lu Yun into the sea herself. Lu Yun was a little freaked out. With the tide coming in, wasn't it a little risky to go goofing off in the deep water? Yesterday, he was saving Sai in an emergency, plus, the water was calmer, and the black turtle was right there, nearby. He had backup. Now, swimming out into the deep sea without any protection felt a little dicey, but in the water, Sai's strength shone. Grabbing his hand, she laughed and said, come on, tough guy. You were so brave saving me from that giant octopus monster yesterday. You're not scared of a little water tonight, are you? Don't worry, big brother, I'll protect you. Lu Yun saw Sai's happy smile and couldn't bring himself to spoil her fun, so he reluctantly agreed. Okay, you can take me in, but you gotta protect me. Sai said cheerfully, okay, just hold my hand, bro. Lu Yun mumbled. That's what my mom always calls me, Sai replied casually. Hand in hand, they slowly entered the deep water. When the sea water was completely over Lu Yun's head, a huge force suddenly kicked in. Sai hoisted him onto her back and took off, speeding through the water. Whoa! Lu Yun exclaimed, surprised by the incredible speed. Sai might look small, but she was seriously powerful in the sea, carrying a man who was 6 feet tall on her back. She flew like the wind. The rushing wind whipped across his face, spraying him with water. Lu Yun felt like he was dreaming. He never imagined he'd be riding on a mermaid's back, playing in the ocean. Sai turned her head, grinning triumphantly at Lu Yun. How's that, bro? Fun, right? She smiled, revealing a row of pearly white teeth. Seriously captivating. Lu Yun stared at the beautiful girl's smiling face, completely mesmerized. This little girl is gorgeous, more beautiful than any human he'd ever seen. It's a shame she's a mermaid. Then again, if she wasn't a mermaid, how could she be so amazing? Lu Yun was already lost in thought, riding on Sai's back. Sai kept turning back to show off her beauty, asking proudly, am I fast, bro? Fast, really fast, Lu Yun answered automatically. He couldn't resist the charm of this little mermaid. Sai carried Lu Yun on her back, circling around the vast seashore until she was tired, then headed back to the beach. Lu Yun couldn't help but ask, where do you usually sleep at night in the ocean? Sai answered truthfully, I find some seaweed or kelp to hide in. Sometimes, I rest on the beaches or shipwrecks on the seabed. If I'm with my tribe, we have homes in the sea, so I sleep there. Lu Yun didn't know how she ended up in this area, but guessed that something serious must have happened back home. Thinking of the last time he mentioned her hometown, she'd burst into tears. He didn't want to bring it up again. He asked, so, are you going to sleep in the sea tonight, or in that wooden bucket I set up for you? It's a little small, not as good as the ocean. Sai thought about it. While she wasn't thrilled with the narrow bucket, she hated being separated from Lu Yun. She decided, I still want to sleep in my brother's wooden bucket, 'cause then I get to be in the same room as my brother. Lu Yun was touched to hear that. She really was attached to him. He stretched out his hands, saying, you carried me in the ocean. Now that we're on land, it's my turn to carry you. Sai eagerly threw herself into Lu Yun's arms. Lu Yun hugged her close and started walking back. Sai was still and quiet, but the air was growing thicker with tension. Back at the house, Lu Yun put Sai in the wooden bucket and went out for a bit. He told her, stay here for a minute. I've gotta go do something, but I'll be right back. Sai looked at him and said reluctantly, thank you for playing with me in the ocean tonight, bro. I had so much fun. It's been a long time since I had that much fun. Good brother, go do your thing. Lu Yun gently touched Sai's hand and left, checking the warehouse. The pottery tiles had indeed exceeded 2,000. He immediately put down the city lord's cottage. He was surprised that the city lord's cottage was quite large, with an area of 15 meters x 15 meters, plus, it was a two-story building. Section 22. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This isn't a hut, it's a freaking villa. And judging by the description, this thing is going to be pretty impressive, a real symbol for the city lord, fully furnished and tricked out with all the amenities. Life's gonna be good. Lu Yun was stoked to see the city lord's villa. Once it was finished, one thing was for sure, Sai was getting transferred to her own exclusive pad the second it was done. No more living in that cramped little house, but building this luxury villa was going to take a solid 24 hours, so, not done until tomorrow. Nothing to do tonight but crash. Bright and early the next morning, Lu Yun got to work. First things first, upgrading the work camp, militia barracks, and technician's workshop to level 4 all at once. No shortage of pottery tiles now, so upgrade away. Then, stuff like the 10 new warehouses and all the new double houses got upgraded, too. Once that was done, the laborers, militiamen, and everyone else under his command were up and at two cooking technicians started whipping up breakfast. Sai was awake, calling out to him from inside, brother, brother. Her voice was sweet and easy on the ears, and Lu Yun loved hearing her talk. What's up, little E? Lu Yun rushed to Sai's room and asked. Brother, it's daytime. Let's go hunt for treasure in the middle of the island, huh? I've got a strong feeling this one's gonna be a big deal. Lu Yun hadn't expected her to be so eager, but maybe she just wanted to show what she could do and pay him back. He thought it over and agreed, all right. But it's not exactly safe for just the two of us. We need backup. Okay. Sai was worried about Lu Yun's safety, too, so she nodded. Lu Yun figured Sai couldn't exactly move around on land, so he'd have to carry her the whole time, but who knew how long this treasure hunt would take. He couldn't carry her through the jungle for that long, but he sure as hell didn't want anyone else carrying Sai. So, he needed a plan. He found 2 long wooden poles and nailed them to the sides of Sai's wooden barrel, instant palanquin. He could have some of the laborers carry her, then he'd grab a few militiamen, Joseph King, the sun-destroying dragon bow, and they'd roll out. This is chapter 3 for today, with 2 more to come. 0032 treasure hunting trip. Lu Yun brought 5 militiamen, 2 laborers, and Joseph King. The militiamen were on lookout duty, and the laborers carried Sai's barrel chair. Joseph King was the heavy hitter. If things got hairy, he'd use the sun-destroying dragon bow to take care of it. This was Just a resource island in the newbie zone, it couldn't be that dangerous, nothing one arrow from the sun-destroying dragon bow couldn't handle, and if it couldn't, well, there's always two. They passed the clay pit and kept moving. This island was pretty big, a few miles across at least. Brother, I feel it even stronger now. The treasure's gotta be close, that way. Sai pointed. Everyone followed her lead. To be honest, lugging that palanquin through the thorny jungle wasn't easy. After about 20 minutes, they heard the faint sound of running water. Sai perked up. Hear that? The treasure's where the water is. Lu Yun nodded. Yeah, it's not far now. Another 10 minutes, and they arrived at a small waterfall. Lu Yun hadn't realized there was a freshwater waterfall on this island. Speaking of which, he was almost out of the 100 liters of bottled water the system had given him. He needed to find a water source soon. This fresh water was a blessing and needed to be put to good use. He'd have to make a few more big barrels to store the water. After they left this island, who knew how long he'd be adrift at sea? Better to have extra water handy. At the base of the waterfall was a small pool, maybe 30 feet wide. Weird thing was, the pool had no outlet. Where did all the water go? How wasn't it overflowing? Sai pointed at the pool and said, Brother, I can feel it. The treasure's in that pool. But it's deep. Really deep. Almost 1,000 feet. Lu Yun's jaw dropped. 1,000 feet deep? Sai confirmed, yep. There's an underground river down there, probably leading straight to the ocean. Lu Yun nodded, understanding. Makes sense. Joseph King chimed in, 1,000 feet deep. Whoa. Never underestimate water, huh? But how do we get it? Seems like only a mermaid could pull that off. Lu Yun had been wondering the same thing. Anyone else would be screwed, even if they found this place, and they never would have found it in the first place. It was too deep, but with Tsai, it wasn't a problem. Other people couldn't get treasures that were 1,000 feet underwater, but for a mermaid, it should be doable. Tsai agreed with Joseph King. Yeah, it's too deep for you to get it. Then she looked at Lu Yun. Brother, why don't you let me go down and grab it? Lu Yun hesitated, worried, but, wouldn't it be dangerous? It's not like being in the ocean. It's so deep down there. Tsai smiled sweetly, seeing his concern. Don't worry, big brother. The tunnel's not complicated, just a long passage. You won't get lost. Lu Yun pressed, are you sure? You'll be okay. Brother, I'm a mermaid. Getting in the water is what I do. Now carry me down. Tsai reached out for a hug. She loved being held by Lu Yun. Lu Yun sighed and lifted her out of the barrel and into the pool. Tsai immediately started swimming to show off. Then she called out, Brother, I'm going down to get the treasure. I'll be right back. Lu Yun nodded, warning her, be careful. Tsai nodded back, okay. Then she dove under the water and disappeared. A few moments later, a faint dragon's roar echoed from beneath the pool. Roar. No. There's a giant beast in the water. Joseph King screamed. This is chapter 4 for today, with one more to go. We hit 600 evaluation votes and got bonus updates. I still owe you 6,000 extra in bonuses. Please give me flowers and comments. 0033 Dragon in the water, colorful orb. Lu Yun also heard the earth-shattering roar of the dragon. Section 23. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I couldn't believe it. How could a dragon, a creature that powerful, be in a novice area? Looking back at the pool, Tsai had already gone under. If there's a dragon down there, she could be in real trouble. I thought, easy does it, don't be a hero. Then it hit me, Tsai and I were spiritually linked. We could communicate directly. I focused, trying to reach her. I sent mentally, is there a dragon down there? I thought I heard a roar. She got the message, sending one back, big brother, don't worry. I got a warning from the deepwater dragon too. I swam down almost 300 feet, and it sensed me, thinking I was invading its territory. That's why it roared. Even though I heard her voice in my head, it was like she was really speaking aloud. It was exactly like her normal voice, cheerful and bright. This spiritual connection thing was amazing. Since there's a dragon down there and it warned you, I urged, get back up here. Don't risk it. I was seriously worried. If she got into trouble that deep, there was no way we could save her from the shore. Sai reassured me, big brother, relax. I'm super sensitive to water currents. The dragon's huge, and any movement it makes is going to create a lot of turbulence. I can track it easily. And it's just lying there, not moving. Just because it's not moving doesn't mean it won't attack. It could be too late. I argued. Big brother, I saw the dragon. It's not just lying there. Its whole body is wrapped in huge chains. It's trapped. This is the legendary dragon restraining well. Her tone was firm now. Let me show you what I see. You gotta see this. Dragons are so rare. Suddenly, a new window opened in my mind. I was seeing through Tsai's eyes. The water was incredibly deep, which should have made it pitch black, but Tsai's eyes must have a special underwater vision. Everything was bright. And right in front of her was the dragon, shimmering gold. Golden lines traced its massive form. This thing was huge. The underwater tunnel was too narrow to see its whole body, just its head and part of its torso. But even its head was many times bigger than Tsai. She stood on the bottom, looking up at it. The dragon stared back with these furious, majestic eyes. Tsai had to be scared stiff. Floating in front of the dragon's head was a shimmering orb, glowing with red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Big brother, see the orb under its head? That's what I sensed, Tsai said. Yeah, what is that thing? Is it a dragon pearl? I asked, surprised. I've seen dragon pearls. This isn't one. It's something else, something special, Tsai replied. Then, quick as lightning, she snatched the orb and bolted back the way she came. When the dragon saw the mermaid snatch its treasure, it went ballistic. Rohar! It bellowed, shaking the water with its fury. It was terrifying. I watched Tsai race back up the tunnel, moving like a torpedo. It was a smooth, circular passage. A dragon-sized entrance and exit, maybe. This whole place is a dragon's underwater lair, I thought, shocked. But it's a dragon restraining well. That the dragon's roars were still echoing through the pool, the sound shaking the mountains and scattering birds. They took flight, fleeing into the distance. Then, poof, Tsai burst out of the water, holding a colorful, apple-sized orb. That's 600 evaluation votes plus updates. Tonight or tomorrow, 6,000 more flowers will be added and returned. Please vote more. The data is actually very bleak. If you don't vote all the time, you won't be able to write anymore. If you look at how deserted the book review section is, you will know how popular it really is. .0034 large-scale side quest that I was so relieved to see Tsai back. I ran over. I'm glad you're okay. Smiling, Tsai held out the orb. Big brother, look. I got the treasure I sensed. What do you think it is? Instead of grabbing the orb, I scooped her up in a hug. Let's get you out of the water. It's too dangerous. Who knows if the dragon can break those chains? Just then, a huge shockwave erupted from the depths of the pool. Bang, a geyser of water exploded. Tsai's face went pale, and she buried herself in my arms. Scared, I scooped her out of the pool and put her in a wooden bucket. Let's go. Now. Everyone, back to camp. The two laborers hoisted the bucket and we hurried away. We put some distance between us and the waterfall. Big brother, don't worry, Tsai said, finally relaxing. The dragon's still chained up. I was still trying to process everything. How can there be a dragon restraining well here? And why's it here? Tsai just shrugged. I don't know how it got here, she said, but there has to be a reason. You don't just lock up a dragon for no reason. True. I nodded, but what could the reason be? Was there a quest tied to the dragon restraining well? The system hadn't given me any side quests. I opened my task panel. Sure enough, there was a new side quest. Large side story quest *, you've discovered a dragon locked in deep water. To uncover the true reason, seek the dragon scale mirror. It's a treasure of the dragon race and will help you earn its trust. Quest reward ***, present the dragon scale mirror to the dragon in the dragon restraining well, and you may earn its trust. It may confide in you. Quest prompt ***, there are many dragon restraining wells in the Black Turtle world. You can complete this quest at any point, you don't need to return to this novice area. That I was speechless. Seriously? After going through all that, all I get is a maybe. But this had to be the start of a bigger quest line. Finding the mirror and showing it to the dragon was just phase 2. Phase 1 was finding the well and the dragon. This would be a long one. But a large side story quest had to have an awesome reward at the end. I was looking forward to seeing where this went. What unknown stories were hidden here? But there was no guarantee I could finish it. The future was unclear, oh well, I thought. If I get the chance to find the mirror, I'll go for it. If not, I can't force it, Tsai held out the orb. Big brother, aren't you gonna look at this gem I risked my life for, that I took it? Of course. Let's see what you found. That I stared at it, but couldn't figure it out. I tried calling up its data panel, but it just showed. No clue. I turned to Tsai. You don't know what this thing is either, do you? Section 24. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tsai just shook her head. I don't know. I just have this really strong feeling that the orb's something special. Like, there's this pull, this force, urging me to get it. Gotcha, Lu Yun said, nodding. So, basically, we're clueless about what this orb even is, which means we don't know what it does. Guess I'll just hold on to it for now and try to figure it out later. All I know is it's gotta be useful, right? First update of the day. 4 updates coming today, plus a bonus one for hitting 6,000 flowers. 0035, Colorful Divine Spring. Lu Yun led everyone back to the Black Turtle. Just then, a notification popped up in Lu Yun's head. Congrats. You've snagged a Xian level treasure, one of the 7 treasures of the Xian Turtle Realm newbie zone, the Colorful Divine Spring. You're the 3rd player ever to grab a newbie zone treasure, so you get an epic 1-star treasure box as a bonus. You received an epic 1-star treasure chest. Want to broadcast to the world that you found the Colorful Divine Spring? Lu Yun's face lit up. Wait, what? This little orb is that important? It's one of the 7 newbie zone treasures. Seriously? And I'm only the 3rd person to find one. Guess that means there are still 4 more treasures floating around in the newbie zone. Keep it private. Lu Yun immediately shouted. No way was he going public. Anyone who blabs about finding a treasure like this is just asking for trouble. The second you leave the newbie zone, you'd have every pro player in the world on your tail. Lu Yun knew that holding on to something this valuable could get him killed. If it's one of the 7 treasures, then this Colorful Divine Spring must be a serious power-up. Gotta check out the stats. Lu Yun dove into the Colorful Divine Spring's info panel. This time, he actually got something other than question marks. Item, Colorful Divine Spring. Grade, Xian level. Quality, Legendary. Function, you can create a colorful divine spring anywhere. This spring constantly produces water of life, which gathers into a pool. Creatures that regularly drink from the water of life will get a huge vitality boost. Aquatic creatures raised in the pool grow like crazy. Introduction, this is one of the 7 treasures of the newbie area. Finding it will give your future development a major boost. Holy crap, Lu Yun's jaw dropped when he saw the info. This orb was Xian level legendary quality. It was on par with the sun-destroying dragon bow, also legendary, but the bow was only mortal level legendary. This was a whole different league. Lu Yun shouted, this orb is insane. The effects are way too strong. I gotta set up this divine spring ASAP. Tsai noticed Lu Yun freaking out and asked, bro, what's up? You look like you won the lottery. Lu Yun was so thrilled, he grabbed Sai's face and planted a big kiss on her cheek. You totally saved me this time. Thank you. This orb you found has unbelievable powers. Sai froze, she totally didn't expect Lu Yun to just kiss her like that. Her face flushed bright red, and she couldn't even look him in the eye, she just stared at the ground, too embarrassed to say anything. Lu Yun realized he'd gotten carried away. Oh, sorry, I got a little, excited. My bad. Sai mumbled, it's okay. Her voice was barely a whisper. Lu Yun was still feeling awkward, so he quickly changed the subject. Hey, you know that orb you found? It can turn into a pool. You might even be able to live in it. Sai's eyes widened. Really? Can you set it up now? I wanna see. Lu Yun agreed. Alright, let me try. He tried to connect with the colorful divine spring through telepathy. Suddenly, a huge outline appeared in front of him. Choose a location for the colorful divine spring. It was like a giant hologram showing the size of the pool. It was massive, at least 50 meters long and wide. No way would that fit on any other player's turtle back right now. Even if they cleared everything off, it still wouldn't fit, but Lu Yun was in luck. He had 24,000 square meters of building space available. Even if the colorful divine spring took up 50 by 50 meters, that was only 2,500 square meters. Barely 1/10 of his total space. Placing the colorful divine spring was no problem. He could put it anywhere. Lu Yun quickly placed the colorful divine spring near the front of the turtle, close to his neck. His city lord's cabin was nearby. Second chapter of the day. The book review section is a total ghost town. I'm dying here. 0036, drinking the water of life. When Lu Yun confirmed the location, the colorful divine spring appeared out of thin air, rising up from the ground. A massive pool of water materialized before his eyes. At the edge of the pool, a mountain more than 10 meters tall had sprung up. A lush pine tree grew at the peak. Steam and mist swirled around the mountain, giving off a magical vibe. Clear spring water flowed down the mountain and into the pool below. The mist created a vibrant, 7-colored rainbow in the air. Little fountains dotted the large pool, shooting water high into the air. Mountains, flowing water, clouds, rainbows, fountains, and pools. It was like a living painting. Seriously, paradise on earth. Lu Yun was stoked to have such a beautiful scene on his turtle's back, but what really blew his mind was when he noticed the pool was shaped like a heart. That had to mean something good, right? He peered into the pool. It was deep, at least dozens of meters deep. That was insane. The pool only stuck out a meter above the turtle's back. Logically, the water should only be a meter deep. How could it be so much deeper? It defied all logic. It seemed the pool had its own pocket dimension or something. You've successfully placed the colorful divine spring. With proper care, the pool can grow larger and deeper. Oh. The pool can get even bigger. Awesome. That'll mean even more space for aquatic creatures. Lu Yun was thinking that Sai had found him an absolute goldmine. Section 25. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Not to mention the pool that could be expanded forever. Let's talk about the water of life, constantly falling from the sky. This water was super precious. Drinking it could make people way stronger and boost their energy like crazy. Seriously, every drop was gold, and Lu Yun had an endless supply. He grabbed a handful of the crystal clear water from the pool and gulped it down. Instantly, it was crazy sweet, with a refreshing kick that zapped all the way to his brain. He felt totally energized. As the water slid down, his inside sighed in relief. Then, from his core, the feeling spread out. Every limb, every bone, tingled with comfort. Whoa. Lu Yun was blown away. This water tasted that good? He could drink this stuff whenever he was thirsty. Total win. Without hesitating, he scooped up Sai and tossed her in the pool. The second she hit the water, Sai knew something was up. She was super sensitive to water, and she gasped, "Oh my god, this water is amazing. It's like, beginner-level water of life." Lu Yun was like, "Beginner level?" "That's it." Sai nodded. "Yeah. But don't underestimate it. Even the lowest grade water of life is super rare and valuable. And this pool is full of it. The benefits are insane. Lu Yun felt a wave of relief. Endless beginner-level water of life was still a huge win. Plus, it could be upgraded. Psyched, Sai dove deep into the pool. After a bit, she popped back up and said, "Dude, you gotta get in here. This water is so good for you. Anytime you're beat, just jump in." "It's awesome." Lu Yun grinned, feeling a little awkward. He'd been thinking about letting his people drink this stuff, like it was regular water, but then they'd be drinking his and Sai's bathwater. Wait a sec. There was that spring gushing out above the pool, constantly refilling it with fresh water of life, right? He could just get the water from there. And besides, so what about bathwater? With all the benefits of this water, people would probably pay to drink it. So, he couldn't resist. He plunged in. The pool was pure water of life, enveloping him completely. Every inch of his skin drank in the vitality, strengthening him from the inside out. The moment he jumped in, Lu Yun felt incredible. Soaking in this water was the best. Third update today. 2 more coming. 0037 Black Turtle City keeps growing. Lu Yun got a taste of that sweet, sweet water of life and couldn't bring himself to get out. The pool was pure bliss. Seriously, it was unreal. Finally, hours later, Lu Yun felt completely refreshed and climbed out. The moment his feet hit the ground, everything was different. He was bursting with energy and strength. He could totally feel how much stronger he was. Just to start, he could probably lift hundreds of pounds without breaking a sweat. His eyesight was way better, and the world was clearer than ever. Same with his hearing. Just a few hours in the spring of life, and his body was transformed. He couldn't wait to see how strong he'd get after soaking in it regularly. Lu Yun's body was supercharged, and of course, Sai was feeling it too. Her energy was up, and she was way stronger. Lu Yun said, "Hey, why don't you just live in the pool from now on? Is that cool?" Sai knew Lu Yun was looking out for her, and she knew this pool was an awesome place to hang out. She nodded immediately. "Okay, brother. You should come soak with me, okay? It's good for you." That she really wanted Lu Yun to get stronger. Plus, when he was in the pool, he was there with her. For some reason, she really liked being around him. Lu Yun checked out the 3 buildings, hard labor camp, militia camp, and mechanic's cabin, and saw they were all level 4. The mechanic's cabin had unlocked a new mechanic, the gatherer. These guys could gather wild fruits, veggies, onions, ginger, garlic, and cilantro, plus catch crabs, leeches, oysters, and lobsters at the beach. That would be a huge help in spicing up the camp's food. So, Lu Yun hired 5 gatherers and sent them out to collect wild foods. Then, with a wave of his hand, Lu Yun increased the number of double wooden houses to 30, planning to keep upgrading them to at least level 5. That would be perfect for housing people in different professions as their levels went up. He also boosted the number of hard laborers to 20 and militiamen to 20. He didn't need a ton of hard laborers right now. They mostly mined wood, stone, and clay, the 3 basic resources, and with his 100x multiplier, he had way too much of that stuff already. It was enough for now. If he needed more, he could just find another island and grab it. Wood and stone were everywhere. Later on, when he needed to mine ores, he'd need a lot more laborers. Copper, iron, silver, gold, all those metals took manpower. Next, Lu Yun started upgrading the main buildings, hard labor camp, militia camp, and mechanic's cabin, to level 5. He needed the same 3 resources as before, wood, stone, and pottery, but now, each upgrade took a ton of those resources. Still, for Lu Yun, with his 100-fold resource bonus, it wasn't a problem. He could upgrade without even sweating. That's the power of 100x resources. If the mechanic's cabin hit level 5, it would unlock the hunter profession. That meant he could send hunters out to the island for food. You could never have too much food. After all, the black turtle needed almost endless grub to upgrade and expand the city. Lu Yun was really building his black turtle city into an actual city. Finally, Lu Yun bumped up the early technicians to 5. Here's the situation on Lu Yun Island. 10 single cabins had been upgraded to the max level 10 configuration. The top-tier single cabin was pretty fancy, but still not amazing. The living space was too small. 30 double wooden houses were already at level 7 or 8, these looked great, with lots of living space and furniture. Way better than the single cabins. 20 basic storage warehouses, the early ones were maxed out at level 10, and the rest were on their way. 5 level 5 kills. The higher the level, the faster they could make pottery and the more stuff they could make. 1 level 5 tool house, 1 level 5 simple kitchen, and 1 level 10 simple firewood house. Then there were the 3 main buildings, hard labor camp, militia camp, and mechanic's cabin. That was everything on Lu Yun's island, and this was only day 4 in the novice area. Lu Yun was way ahead of the curve, other rookies couldn't even compete. This is the 4th one today. One more with 6,000 flowers coming. 0038 Tree of Life Seed, this chapter has been slightly edited, the building acceleration coupons have been removed. A new reward has been added, the Ice Warehouse Blueprint. It was found that the acceleration coupons messed with the story too much and delayed things. Section 26. You are listening at novelfold.audio. Lu Yun's current island population includes 20 laborers, 20 militiamen, 5 general craftsmen, 5 cooks, 5 kiln workers, and 5 resource gatherers. Plus, Joseph Jean, the master blacksmith, that's everyone on the island, and the numbers growing. Their skill levels aren't maxed out yet, they're still developing. Lu Yun plans to level them up to match the buildings, when he gets a chance and isn't busy upgrading those. Once that's done, Lu Yun headed to the warehouse to find the epic 1-star treasure chest the system had sent. He's got 20 warehouses on Black Turtle Island now. So locating one specific item isn't easy, and with all the different kinds of resources piling up, the warehouses are getting pretty disorganized. A lot of space is going to waste. He definitely needs to hire some professional warehouse managers. He remembered seeing in the chat that a warehouse management technician unlocks after the mechanic's cabin is built. That'd be great. After searching several warehouses, he finally spotted the glowing epic treasure chest in a corner. They always have that purple shimmer. Knowing the drill, Lu Yun grabbed the chest and opened it right away. You opened an epic 1-star treasure chest and obtained. Due to unforeseen circumstances, you received a 100x critical hit, and the prize has been urgently replaced. Another 100-fold critical. Looks like treasure chests always trigger that. It's a confirmed cheat. You have obtained the Konoha Elf Tree of Life Seed 11. You have obtained the Flame Archangel Temple Foundation 11. You have obtained the Ice Warehouse Blueprint 11. All rewards have been automatically deposited into your storage warehouse. Lu Yun immediately went to check out his prizes. First, the Konoha Elf Tree of Life Seed. Item, Konoha Elf Tree of Life Seed. Grade, Common. Quality, Mythical. Function, this seed will grow into the Tree of Life for the Konoha Elves. With enough life energy, the tree can birth the Konoha Elf Queen, who will then produce more Konoha Elves. Description, each Konoha Elf is a natural sharpshooter. If you can raise a large number of them to fight for you, your combat strength will increase dramatically. Traits, the seed can merge with the black turtle and grow on its back, absorbing nutrients. This will significantly increase the turtle's food requirements. Drawbacks, the Tree of Life grows quickly, but accumulating enough life energy takes a long time. Breeding a large number of elves to fight for you will be nearly impossible unless you use the extremely rare and legendary Water of Life. Reading the description, Lu Yun was thrilled. The seed can live on the black turtle's back. It'll grow by sucking up nutrients from the turtle, so it's basically coexisting. The turtle will just need more food, no problem for Lu Yun. He's definitely not short on that right now. As the seed grows, it'll store up life energy, but the description says it's slow. Breeding a lot of elves is nearly impossible, unless you have Water of Life. Jackpot. He's got all the Water of Life he could ever want. His colorful divine spring is constantly producing it. So, he can just keep feeding the Tree of Life that energy. Meaning he could continuously produce natural sharpshooters, Konoha Elves. This, Konoha Elf Tree of Life seed, is perfect timing. Without a second thought, Lu Yun grabbed the seed and headed to the center of the black turtle's back. Soon, a huge, lush tree will be growing right there. 0039 Ice Warehouse. The previous chapter has been revised. The reward of 100 construction acceleration coupons was replaced with the Ice Warehouse blueprint. There are no construction acceleration coupons now, they will be awarded later. You are attempting to plant the Konoha elf tree of life seeds. Do you want to combine them with your black turtle? Yes. The seed vanished, becoming a wedge stuck on the turtle's shell, with just a small bump showing. Then, magic happened, the bump sprouted instantly. A seedling burst through the shell and started growing visibly. It was still pretty slow, though. Lu Yun grabbed a wooden ladle from the kitchen, scooped up some water of life, and returned to the tree. It was 10 centimeters tall now. He slowly poured the water of life over the seedling. Even more magic, the seedling started growing like crazy. Lu Yun watched it go from 10 centimeters to 20, then 30. The growth was exponential. At this rate, how tall would it be in a day? Lu Yun kept pouring, since he had an endless supply. Half an hour later, the tree was almost 2 meters tall. Then, the growth slowed down noticeably. Lu Yun kept pouring, but it wasn't going as wild anymore, just a slow increase. He realized it could only absorb so much water of life each day. Once it's full, like watering a tree. Too much can drown it, so, he left the tree of life to grow on its own. Next up, the Flame Archangel Temple Foundation. It's a fancy palace foundation, no detailed stats yet. After taking it out, he saw it was huge, 30 meters long and wide. He picked a spot and placed the foundation. Construction time, 9 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 55 seconds, almost 10 days. That's a long wait. Lu Yun left it to build itself. Finally, the Ice Warehouse blueprint. Time to check the required materials. Building, Ice Warehouse. Resources, Standard Wooden Board X2000, Standard Square Stone X2000, Copper Sheet X2000, Ice Crystal Stone X500. Function, Cold Storage, Long-Term Preservation of Food. Volume, 5 meters long x 5 meters wide x 3 meters high. Description, this warehouse uses ice crystal stones inlaid in the walls to continuously generate cold air, effectively storing food without spoiling. This ice warehouse is a game changer, adding refrigerators and cold storage to his island. Long-term food storage is now a reality, but it requires all new resources, standard wooden boards, square stones, and copper sheets. He'd heard about those in the chat. Wooden boards and square stones are processed versions of wood and stone. Copper sheets come from smelting pure copper and processing it. But what's ice crystal stone? Never heard of it. Section 27. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Just hearing the name of this stuff, you know it's not your run-of-the-mill raw material. It's top shelf. Looks like I won't be cranking out a usable ice warehouse anytime soon. Lu Yun headed over to his city hall and checked on the upgrade progress. Still 5.5 hours to go. Guess I'll just keep chilling in the fountain of life. It's great for you, after all. Basically, if I have time, I'm in there. Since the city hall is right next to the fountain, I hopped right in. Tsai was thrilled to see Lu Yun back. They splashed around together, having a blast. After dinner, they waited a few more hours. Finally, he heard a new notification in his head. Congrats. You finally have a city hall. Your development is officially kicking off, and more challenges await. You've unlocked the Smelting Room Blueprint 11. New quest available. Check the quest panel. Lu Yun was hanging out in the Fountain of Life with Tsai when he heard the alert. He immediately checked it out. There it was, a fully built city hall, standing right in front of him. It was huge, 2 stories even. The roof was covered in classic pottery tiles, like something out of ancient China. No leaks here. Stepping inside, he saw 4 bedrooms and 2 living rooms, furnished with everything: desks, dining tables, chairs, bookcases, wardrobes, mats, you name it. Lu Yun was stoked about his new city hall. Everything's just getting started, and it's pretty much like living in the Stone Age. Having a house like this to live and relax in is a huge upgrade. Tsai gasped. Wow, big brother, is this your new house? It's so big and pretty. Lu Yun smiled. Yep, big brother's gonna live in this place, right next to your pool, Tsai. Tsai beamed. Okay, That's the first chapter for today. For more coming, plus an extra 0040 resource stockpile. Lu Yun opened the quest panel, main quest, build a smelting room and smelt at least 1,000 kilograms of bronze to transition from the Stone Age to the Bronze Age. Quest reward, forge blueprint 11. Finally. Time to enter the Metal Age and start making bronze stuff. Lu Yun couldn't wait to get Joseph King, the god of forging, crafting tools and weapons. As soon as the forge was up and running, he'd replace all those stone axes, picks, and hammers the workers were using, and the malicious stone spears needed to go. They deserved great swords, so Joseph King could forge bronze ones for them. Even better if each militiaman had a set of bronze armor. Their combat power would skyrocket. Lu Yun used the smelting room blueprint and checked the building stats. Building, smelting room, construction costs, wood x 1000, stone x 1000, thatch x 1000, clay x 1000, terracotta x 1000, construction time, 12 hours, building output, the smelting room can extract metals from various ores using high heat. Building input, gold, silver, copper, iron, and other ores, building energy, firewood, charcoal, coal, etc. Production speed, varies by product. Building info, the smelting room is for refining ores and extracting metals. Production is boosted with skilled technicians. Building stuff takes a lot more resources these days, Lu Yun muttered, but even with all the materials needed, Lu Yun wasn't sweating it. He started construction right away, building 5 at once. Now he just needed to wait 12 hours for the smelting rooms to finish. The big question was, how to smelt 1,000 kilograms of bronze without any bronze ore. Looks like finding metal deposits just became priority number 1. It was getting late. The tree of life in the middle of the black tortoise's back had grown to over 5 meters tall. Lu Yun scooped up a bunch of water of life and watered it again. He'd already saturated it during the day, so it probably hadn't absorbed much. Sure enough, the tree of life visibly grew right after he watered it. Branches and leaves spread out on the treetop, and the scene was impressive. The next day, Lu Yun woke up early. This was his 5th day in the black tortoise realm. He'd slept in his new city hall last night. The big bed and soft quilt were super comfortable, way better than the basic bed in the double room. Plus, the water of life had really boosted his strength yesterday, so he felt amazing when he woke up, better than ever. After getting cleaned up, he opened the door and immediately saw the big tree in the center of the turtle shell. Wow, that's tall. Lu Yun said, surprised. The tree of life was towering, at least 100 feet high. The branches were full and green, it was growing like crazy. This thing was just a seed yesterday. Now it's a giant tree. No wonder Lu Yun was shocked. He grabbed a bucket of water of life and watered the tree. Then, he spent some time checking how many resources were in all the warehouses. Here's what he found: wood, 260,000 plus, stone, 210,000 plus, clay, 150,000 plus, thatch, 80,000 plus, terracotta, 2030. Fresh water, 3 bottles, various food and ingredients, 20,351 kilograms. Lu Yun's stockpiles were insane. He was loaded. Other newcomers were still scraping together scraps of wood. The 5 gatherers had pulled in over 100 kilograms of food yesterday. That's over 10,000 kilograms if you multiply it by 100. Wild vegetables, wild fruits, oysters, leeches, all sorts of stuff. Lu Yun Island's food supply was booming. The system started him with 100 bottles of water, but he'd almost used them all. He kept the empties, though. They might come in handy later. From now on, Lu Yun decided, everyone on the island would drink water of life. Their health would definitely improve. He told the 5 cooks to collect water from the sacred spring in wooden buckets for drinking and cooking. If anyone else knew they were using water of life like tap water, they'd lose their minds. No one else would even dream of it. That's the second chapter of the day. 3 more coming. 0041 bronze ore incoming. The 5 smelting rooms he'd started building yesterday were done shortly after breakfast. Now Lu Yun needed to figure out where to find bronze ore. Section 28. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Without bronze ore, you can't smelt bronze. And without bronze, the main quest is stuck. The mission: build a smelting room and produce 1,000 kilograms of bronze. Just then, a notification popped up. Smelting room built. New side mission available. Check the mission panel. Lu Yun opened the mission panel. Side mission: employ at least 20 workers. Reward: high quality housing blueprint 11. 20 workers detected. High quality housing blueprint 11 awarded. New side mission available. Lu Yun chuckled. Finally, a task completed ahead of schedule. Instant reward. He checked the new mission. Side mission: food scavenger, round 2. Description: as black turtle grows, so does its population. Food is becoming scarce. Time to get creative. The ocean teems with life, especially fish. Find a way to catch them. Requirement: obtain 100 pounds of fish from the sea. Reward: 10,000 pounds of bronze ore. Lu Yun's eyes lit up. A system reward like that meant no bronze shortage for a while. Time to fish. He knew he could find a way, but for now, he wanted to fast-track things and unlock more features. Then it hit him, who on Black Turtle Island was the best at fishing. Sai, the mermaid. Of course. He went to the colorful spring, summoned Sai, and asked, Sai, can you do me a favor? Sai popped up, beaming. Brother, anything for you. Lu Yun explained, can you catch me a fish? Nothing big, just a pound or so. Fish? That's my specialty. Leave it to me. Sai chirped, helping Lu Yun made her feel useful. Lu Yun carried her to the beach. Sai dove in, and moments later, she was back, a huge fish in her arms, grinning at Lu Yun. He was impressed. Wow, you're fast. Awesome. Sai beamed. It's your life spring, brother. I'm stronger now, and way faster in the water. Catching little fish like this is easy. Lu Yun was surprised. The spring was really working wonders. He put Sai back in the spring. He picked up the fish and headed for the warehouse. It had to weigh at least 20 pounds. Doubled, it would complete the mission easily, but at the warehouse, something strange happened. The fish flopped on the ground, but it didn't duplicate. Huh? What's going on? Why isn't it doubling? That wasn't how it was supposed to work. What gives? Lu Yun thought, then looked at the fish and realized the problem. He stomped on the fish, killing it instantly. Sure enough, the dead fish began to multiply like crazy. So that's it. He finally understood. The doubling effect didn't work on living things, meaning if he ever got rare fish fry, he couldn't double them, or any awesome pets, like dragons or phoenixes. No doubling power, one less way to raise epic pets. 100 pounds of fish acquired. Reward: 1 million pounds of bronze ore. Chapter 3 for today. 2 more to go. 0042. Leaving the resource island and continue moving forward in the sea, ore is dense, so 1 million pounds didn't take up much space. Now, to smelt that bronze, the smelting room takes different times for different things. Bronze was definitely easier than iron. Bronze melts below 1100 degrees Celsius, iron needs 1538 degrees Celsius. That's why ancient civilizations had a Bronze Age before an Iron Age. Ancient furnaces maxed out around 1100 degrees Celsius, 1500 plus 4 iron was too high for a long time. Lu Yun needed to extract pure bronze, like the kiln, the smelting room, could run automatically, but it was slow, and each smelting room needed someone to work the bellows, otherwise, it wouldn't get hot enough. Professional smelting technicians would speed things up. The mechanic's hut was upgrading to level 6, which would unlock the smelting technician, but Lu Yun remembered Joseph King, the dwarf hero. Known as the god of forging, he had to know smelting. He summoned him. Joseph King, can you smelt ore? Joseph King boomed, of course, master. What kind of ore? Lu Yun replied, bronze. It's in the warehouse. Right away, master. Joseph King saluted and left. With Joseph King, the 1,000 kilograms shouldn't take too long, right? The system's bronze ore was 20% copper. That was high. Natural copper ore was rarely above 15%, the systems was top-notch, of course, this was Black Turtle World. Better stuff could appear later, primitive smelting was slow, even with Joseph King, using wood and a basic kiln, production was low. And materials doubled 100 times wouldn't double again after processing, so the bronze he produced was all he'd have. He got 1 million pounds of bronze ore, but it was 10,000 pounds doubled. Now, when he smelted bronze, 1 pound was just 1 pound. No doubling, he had to refine the full 1,000 kilograms to complete the main mission. It was almost midnight when Joseph King finally refined the 1,000 kilograms of pure bronze. Congratulations. 1,000 pounds of bronze smelted. Reward, Forge Blueprint 11. New task, build a forge and create 10 bronze tools. Reward, Carpentry Blueprint XL, Masonry Blueprint XL. Lu Yun checked the properties of the forge, building, forge. Construction resources, wood. Section 29. You are listening at novelfull.audio. With the forge house, you can now produce metal tools like sickles, axes, hammers, and saws. You can also craft weapons, knives, swords, guns, and armor. Construction consumption, gold, silver, copper, iron, and other metals. Building energy consumption, firewood, charcoal, coal, etc. Production speed, varies by product. Skilled forgers greatly improve efficiency. The forge is essential for entering the Metal Age. Its tools boost your work efficiency, and its weapons enhance your troops' combat abilities. Time passed steadily. 3 days later, the unowned resource island disappeared automatically. Lu Yun had already moved everyone back onto the Black Turtle. They set sail once more. During those 3 days, after building the forge, Lu Yun immediately had Joseph start producing bronze items. Tools for the workers and weapons and armor for the militia. Joseph King, truly a master forger, created bronze wares of exceptional quality. Every piece was finely crafted, razor-sharp, and top-notch, but Joseph's talents extended beyond bronze. He could create incredible magical weapons, but current material limitations prevented him. Bronze was all Lu Yun had for now. Producing such excellent bronze weapons proved Joseph's skills. This is the 4th chapter for today, with one more to come. ***0043 Comprehensive Development ***, unlocking the wood and stone workshops revealed their purpose, producing standard wooden planks and square stones, higher-level building materials than raw wood and stone, upgrading the work camp, militia camp, and mechanics hut past level 7 requires these materials. Luckily, Lu Yun had already unlocked and built 5 of each workshop, dedicating them to plank and stone production. This allowed further building upgrades. Now, the work camp, militia camp, and mechanics hut are all at level 10. Level 10 is the current maximum. Traditional upgrades are no longer possible. Forced upgrades are an option, but they require rare resources. Lu Yun, a bit of a completionist, aimed to maximize everything on his island. Everyone and every building reached level 10. The mechanics hut, after reaching level 10, unlocked various technicians, hunting, smelting, forging, carpentry, stonemasonry, and warehouse management. Basically, any skilled worker you could want became available. Even massage therapists, a relaxing massage could alleviate fatigue after a hard day's work. With the hunting and gathering technicians, hundreds of kilograms of food were harvested daily, refilling the warehouse. To use the excess, Lu Yun treated the black turtle to another feast. This powered several upgrades for the turtle. Black turtle species, common black turtle. Shell size, 250 meters x 220 meters. Sailing speed, 30 knots/hour. Building area, 210 meters x 180 meters. Eating level, 14%. Hunger level, 8%. Evolution level, 83%. The black turtle's growth continued, always pleasing Lu Yun, but the speed seemed capped at 30 knots. Even after 2 more upgrades, the speed remained the same. Was 30 knots the black turtle's limit? Perhaps not. Beneath the eating and hunger levels, an evolution level attribute had appeared. Where did that come from? It turned out that a few days ago, the black turtle was hungry. Lu Yun had an idea. If the water of life benefited all living things, what if the black turtle drank it? The results could be huge. He ordered the black turtle to drink from the colorful divine spring, regularly. After the first drink, a notification appeared, the black turtle's vitality was increasing rapidly, generating evolutionary factors. Evolution level, 1%, that if the black turtle's vitality continued to grow, it would evolve. Lu Yun seized the opportunity, constantly encouraging the black turtle to drink the water of life. Now, the evolution level was at 83%. The black turtle's first evolution was imminent. Speaking of the water of life, since Lu Yun had made it available to everyone, the islanders were happier and more diligent, they worked harder than ever. They greeted Lu Yun, their city lord, with gratitude and enthusiasm. The water of life clearly increased their happiness, but it wasn't just happiness, everyone's physical fitness improved noticeably. If level 10 citizens were already strong, the water of life enhanced citizens were even stronger. His level 10 units would definitely win against anyone else's. Kai Yi, who spent all day soaking in the life spring pool, was undoubtedly stronger than anyone else. After 3 days of careful tending by Lu Yun, the Konoha elf life tree in the center of Black Turtle Island had grown to over 100 meters tall. Its lush branches and leaves were enormous, its trunk was so thick that 10 people couldn't encircle it. The tree of life was now a massive presence. This is an extra chapter for 900 ratings, and the last one for today, almost at 9,000 flowers. Please support me, and I'll add an extra chapter for 9,000 flowers as well. Is anyone still reading this book? Is anyone still reading this book? I'm asking nervously. The review section is a ghost town. I checked the data and saw that someone voted over 10,000 flowers at once. Section 30. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This is way too much. I really appreciate this big guy's generosity. I'll write extra chapters for every 3,000 flowers donated, but it doesn't change the fact that hardly anyone's reading this. If you're out there, please leave a comment in the book review section. Seriously, check out the book review area. It's a ghost town. Feels like nobody's alive. Gotta get back to writing and pay back those extra chapters. 1-0. Is anyone even reading this? I'm practically begging here, because the book review section is like a graveyard. It's killing me. Just checked the stats and saw that some whale dropped over 10,000 flowers in one go. That's insane. I'm super grateful to this big spender. I'll be releasing bonus chapters for every 3,000 flowers. Still, it doesn't hide the fact that this book isn't getting the love. If you're reading this, drop a line in the reviews. The review section is a desert. Makes you wonder if anyone's still breathing. Back to writing to make up for those extra chapters. Anyone still here? I'm panicking a little. Seriously, the review section is deader than disco. It's like a slow, agonizing death. Just saw in the back end that some major benefactor threw down 10,000 plus flowers. That's beyond generous. I can't thank this person enough. I'm committed to delivering bonus chapters for every 3,000 flowers received. Even so, it doesn't change the fact that readership is low. If you're out there, shout out in the review section. Go look at the review section. It's a ghost town. Like, is anyone even alive out there? Gotta get back to writing and those bonus chapters. Is anyone even reading this thing? Desperate times call for desperate pleas. That review section is just dead. It's slowly eating away at my soul. Just saw in the back end that some big player laid down 10,000 flowers. This is seriously too kind. I am very grateful to this big player for his kindness. I will pay back the extra chapters for every 3,000 flowers. However, it still cannot cover up the fact that few people read this book. If anyone sees this, please let me know in the book review area. You can see the situation in the book review area. There is no living person at all. I will go to write and pay back the extra chapters. 10,044. How to get advanced troops. For the past 3 days, Lu Yun's been soaking in the fountain of life, making his vitality growth second only to Kai Yi. Now, he feels like he could move 1,000 pounds without breaking a sweat. That sun-destroying dragon bow he couldn't even budge before. He can lift it now, and he can even pull the bowstring a little, though not all the way. This shows that his muscle strength has significantly increased. Of course, increased vitality isn't just about strength. It also boosts reaction speed, resistance to physical blows, recovery after injury, etc. It's a total body upgrade. Lu Yun even feels like his eyesight is way better than before. Despite these improvements, his appearance hasn't changed much. He just looks healthier, with smoother, more delicate skin. Meanwhile, Joseph Jean has been working tirelessly, churning out bronze gear for the camp. He's not only upgraded the tools of every laborer, but he's also armed every militiaman with a big sword. Plus, some militiamen are now equipped with helmets, armor, hand guards, knee pads, and combat boots. They're almost fully armored, head to toe. These soldiers in full bronze armor look like Iron Men, intimidating and powerful. Joseph's forging skills are top-notch, and his craftsmanship is exquisite, making the armor look even more impressive. Needless to say, they're way more effective in combat than guys without armor. Of course, this full set of armor is expensive and time-consuming to make. Even Joseph Jean, the forging god, can't crank out too many sets in 3 days. It might take a few more days for all 30 militiamen to get their bronze armor. Yep, Lu Yun has recruited 10 level 10 militiamen in the past few days. Once all the active soldiers are armored, Joseph Jean will keep forging spare armor and weapons. You can never have too many. After all, the army's only going to get bigger, and when the fighting starts, weapons and armor are going to get damaged, so spares are a must. In these 3 days, Lu Yun has not only recruited new talent but also expanded the base, the latest building, high-quality residences. He ordered 10 of them. Why only 10? Because these houses are crazy expensive, requiring standard wood boards, standard square stones, and terracotta tiles. Remember, standard wood boards have to be cut, piece by piece, in the woodworking room, and since the wood has already been doubled, the new, standard wood boards, can't be doubled again, so, standard wood boards, have to be produced slowly, one piece at a time. Same goes for standard square stones. As a result, building more, high-quality residences, isn't really possible in the short term. Plus, upgrading these houses is even more expensive, and Lu Yun can't continuously upgrade them back to back. He needs to save up standard wood and standard square stone to upgrade just one. Thankfully, even though high-quality residences are expensive, each room can house 4 residents, and it specifically says they can accommodate higher-level military units, like human magicians, dwarf musketeers, orc minotaur warriors, and so on. These are all advanced military units. This means that if those high-level units are put in basic housing like single-person cabins, they'll get grumpy and lazy. Only high-quality housing that suits their status will keep them happy and motivated, and this, high-quality residence, is designed for those high-level units. Too bad Lu Yun hasn't recruited any of those units yet. Apparently, to get the recruitment camp blueprints for higher-level soldiers, you can't just complete main quests. The main quest rewards don't include any barracks recruitment buildings. You have to attack high-level resource islands to get those. High-level resource islands are guarded by forces. They have camps, castles, fortresses, and even cities on them. You need to break through the island's defenses to safely mine resources. Taking down the garrison's base camp nets you a lot of goodies, like rare materials and a chance to get high-level buildings, including those advanced barracks blueprints. Of course, there are other ways besides attacking islands. For example, on the vast Black Turtle Realm Sea, besides the human-driven black turtles, there are also local natives who own them. In their quest for development, they also ride their black turtles to explore the sea.